So let's get into unpacking my bag. Hi friends, welcome back to another video. I am Midheta. I teach ELA to ENL students in the state of New York. In this video, I thought we could unpack my bag from last year and set up my new school bag for this year. As you can see, I am very much obsessed with Vera Bradly. This is a design and a bag that I really love for carrying my school supplies to work and back home, and I do use it in grad school as well. So I have multiple of these bags, and this is one way that I kind of treat myself for when I go back to school. I get really excited about buying myself a new bag and just using it every day. So let's get into unpacking my bag. The first thing that I'm taking out is these books. These texts are the ones that I use to teach at the end of the school year, so from March until June. My ninth graders, we were reading Romeo and Juliet, and as they are English language learners, we did the comic book version. This is my favorite version, and my students really love it, and they're able to understand the text a lot more. My 10th graders were reading Red Scarf Girl, a memoir of the Cultural Revolution. We were connecting this story to topics that they were learning about in their global classes. I believe they were learning about like dictators and different kinds of leadership. So then the other thing that I had in my bag was just these manila folders with assignments that I had printed out for myself and my students for them to go over these texts. So as I said, my 10th graders were preparing for an essay in answering the topic question, can dictators gain control over their citizens by using the media? And they were looking at examples of Mao Zedong from this book, as well as leaders that they discuss in social studies. So they were looking at Hitler and Stalin and how they used that. And I collaborated with their social studies teachers by looking at different documents that showed how Hitler or Stalin were able to use media to control their citizens. So those are the first things in here. The other text I didn't show you is a short version, a modified version of Julius Caesar. I was thinking about doing Julius Caesar with my 10th graders. I've tried different styles of text with them. They did not really grasp the content in the years prior, so I was going to try this year, but I did not get the chance due to school closing. Some of the other items, I have a lot of paper in here. One of them being a questionnaire or a survey that I give my students. Up top, I have all of the texts or all of the units that we did throughout the year, and I ask them questions such as, what is something that you enjoyed learning about or reading this year? What is something that you didn't like? What are suggestions that you would give me to teach next year in that class? And then reflect as yourself as a student. What did you do well this year and how can you improve for next year? And then I leave a space for any additional comments. So this is something that when I was student teaching that I did with my students as kind of like a goodbye after I finished teaching with them, to let me know like what is something that I did really well or that you enjoyed or you were able to learn from me. And so I took that from my student teaching and I continue to do it. One of the packets is a go-to strategies for scaffolding options for teachers of English language learners. I will link this down below. This is a great resource if you have any English language learners in your class. One of the other various packets that I have in here are concept maps or curriculum maps. I like to print these out usually at the end of the year so that I can review it during the summer, so that when I go back to school I kind of know what do I need to teach for each unit, and if I need to like change up any of my Common Core state standards. And I think the last thing that I also have in here is this book called Unlocking English Learners' Potential. I was part of a book study near the end of the year. We only got to participate for one chapter in the book study, and then school closed and we didn't really do it once school closed because so many things were going on. But this is also a great book that if you have English language learners that you can use to just brush up on some strategies and other useful and other useful engagement tools for those students. And then, just like a regular good old teacher bag, I have a bunch of random sticky notes and index cards and tardy passes in here. I have an assortment of pens and pencils as well. I always carry some extra on me for when students don't have their own supplies. It'll be interesting to see when we switch to the hybrid model how that's going to work out. I also have a harmonica with me. My old principal last year was a very big advocate for PACS teaching. So he gave everyone a harmonica to use. Of course, hand sanitizer always, even prior to COVID, but especially now. I have a bottle of perfume, and then I also have some hand lotion because we always get dry hands from touching all of this paper. And then also USB, this is where I carry all of my information, my PowerPoints, or any of the other things that I need to like print or send somewhere. So I always have a USB on me as well. So my new bag, let's see what I can carry over. I am definitely going to keep my perfume bottle. If you can recognize this perfume bottle, comment down below. I love this scent and I love her other scents as well. I'm going to also keep my hand sanitizer. I still have a little bit left in here. I'm gonna have to buy myself some more. I'm also going to keep my lotion with me. If you're wondering, the scent is called Snowy Morning. It is a beautiful scent. I really love this. As I said, my USB is an essential, so that's also going with me. And then something that I didn't take out of my old bag because I kept it with me a lot is this clipboard. I got this clipboard originally when I started student teaching, and it says make your mark on it, and ever since then I have always kept it with me. I usually keep my roster in here, or any important papers that I need to print or make extra copies of usually go in here, and I've been kind of using it during the summer, so that's why I didn't have it in my old bag. I am going to attach a paper in here to keep with me in my bag, and it is a language acquisition chart for English language learners. So it basically tells me what every single level of ELs need. So it gives their definition, their student behavior challenges, and then some teaching strategies on here. And I like to keep this sheet always with me as well for when I co-teach with other teachers and I just need to help them. So I pull this out and I'm like, well, if your student's here, this is what you can do. If I can find it, I will also try to link this one down below as well. Something else that I always keep with me is, of course, my bullet journal. And if you saw my video where I did my plan with me for September, that is what I use to fill out my days of the week, what I am planning. You can go check that video out to see how I set it up. I also have my district laptop. That is something that I'm going to need and use as well. One of the last things that I'm going to put in here is this Megan Portfolio clutch. If you saw one of my previous videos, I did an unboxing from the Cause box where I got this clutch. And on the inside, it has a nice pocket folder here, as well as a lot of space in here. The reason I joined the Cause box is because I really wanted to get this. It has $120 value, just absolutely stunning, and I got the whole box for like $25. So let's set this up. I only want to put a few things in here for now. So I got this memo pad that I wanted to put in this large pocket. I also have this small notebook from the Metropolitan Museum of Art. It is a painting from Van Gogh. My sister got this for me when she went to New York a few years ago. I have a few more of these, but this one has the lined papers on the inside. So for small, quick notes, I'm going to keep this in my portfolio as well. And then the last thing, I love pencils over pens, so I'm also going to put this Papermate mechanical pencil inside here as well. For now, this is how my clutch is set up, and I'm just going to use it like this. Once school starts and I see how well I am using it, and if I need to change anything up, I might rearrange some of this. But I just realized the gray color perfectly matches my bag. This is going to be so cute. I'm obsessed. The last and final thing that I'm going to put into my bag is going to be a water bottle. It is always essential to stay hydrated. So that is the last thing. And the true last thing that I'm going to put in this video is my mask. You might have seen me wearing this in some other videos or in some future videos. It is also from Vera Bradly. As you can see the design and the pattern. It is a cute cloth mask. It has a spot where you can put filters in here. Okay, so that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for staying all the way to the end. Thank you for packing my back to school bag with me. I can't wait to use it this week. Are you done? Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, see you guys next week.